Hi, let me recommend you some books. You might think, wow, these are a lot of books. 2 of them are series, so. Okay, now that we're a bit closer, we can connect a bit more. I also have my Goodreads in my description if you want to follow me on that. I don't really do much except for I update it every now and then when I see a book I want to read or a book I have read. I'm gonna start with A Good Girl's Guide to Murder series. It's a trilogy. I understand why this is such a popular series. I'm sorry, but wow. First, I found it really difficult to get in the first book because I was used to very different writing. It is very descriptive. You get to know the characters very, very well, and you have a lot of character development, so I really like that. Once I got into the book, I just kept reading and reading and reading and reading. I think I finished the book in 3 days. I was on summer vacation, so I had the time. So it's about a girl, and she's doing a school project about a case that happened a couple years ago in her town. She really dives deep into the story, and she meets new people, and then basically these 2 books are different cases, but still same exact characters, same exact vibe, same exact writing form. I read this book in my 24-hour readathon, so go watch that if you haven't. Yeah, these are just books you will read in one go. But that is the One of Us is Lying. And I feel like a lot of people don't know that there's a second book. In 2023, the final and the 3rd part, One of Us is Back, is coming, but this is One of Us is Next, and One of Us is Lying. It is about a high school group, and there's this guy that has this website, and he exposes people. If you watch Gossip Girl, it's not too far from that. 5 students have to go into detention, and only 4 people come out, and then it's the investigation, and they investigate it as a homicide. I fell in love with these characters, and there's romance in here, but it's basically, you have a jock, a princess, and then the weird guy, and then the baseball guy. And then the second book is a school-wide game of Truth or Dare. This lie will kill you. This book haunted me in my dreams. See, I'm used to mystery, I'm used to murder series and books, but this is just creepy. I think one part of the book, you get into dolls, and I had to put the book away, because I like to read before bed, but I was like, nah. It's very easily written, but you still get a lot of detail about the characters. It actually says fans of One of Us is Lying. Basically, the story is about that there was a party a year ago, and somebody died at that party, and no one has told the truth about what happened at that party. And then there's 5 students that have to go to an isolated mansion because they can win $50,000, and they have these characters, and they have to dress up as certain characters, and they don't suspect anything of it. They've looked online, and it was pretty legit, and they just go to it. On the backside it says, 5 arrive, but not all can leave. Will the truth set them free, or will the lies destroy them? It's just a night where everything unravels. In the beginning of the book, you don't know what happened last year, but throughout the book, you get pieces and it gets connected. And finally at the end, it's a little wrap up. Now, I have a book for you. That is not a murder mystery. I know, right? Who would have thought that I, Sophia, would read something else than murder mystery? I've never met anyone that's read this book. I've never seen anyone talk about this book. This book is the only book that has ever made me cry. It's All the Things We Never Said. It's 3 girls. You get 3 point of views, but there's one main character. She's struggling with anxiety and depression, and she calls it her chaos. She joins a website that matches people to make a death pact. Basically a suicide pact. It's a pact, and there's different parts of the pact. I'm not going to get into that because I don't want to spoil anything. Fun fact, if you sign the pact, you cannot get out of the pact. So how is that going to work? And it's supposed to be a book that shows power of friendship. God, this made me cry. Every person has a different way of writing. So this is Olivia. And then Kara has normal writing, but then let me show you the main characters. These are her chaos thoughts. They're very roughly hyped. I cried at the end. I finished this in 3 books. I was on vacation, but literally we were still going places. But I took it everywhere. I read it in the car even though I was dying of headaches. I was nauseous. It was not fun. But I was like, I have to finish this book. I have to finish this book. But again, you know, you can already guess. Beautiful character development, beautifully written. And now we get to my last book. I can tell, but she's like dying on some of the edges. I treat my books very carefully, but she's just been through it all. I don't even know where to start with this book. It's not even that thick of a book. Leia, it's the main character. She often, almost every year, she goes to this family place with her cousins and like some family friends. And they have this little place in the attic that they always like to go sit. And they, you know, they catch up and they make predictions for the future. You know, everything goes as normal. There's a new girl that they don't know about and they don't like her. First they have this new girl that they already don't like. And then the body of a teenage girl was discovered in the garden, a secret kept for over 60 years. In that family garden, they've been every single year, a body was found. Obviously, like, the main character wants to unravel the story, so that's basically what happens. Throughout the book, they want to unravel the story. So they start digging deeper, and then you think you've had the plot, but you don't. All of a sudden, boom, bitches go crazy. Truth revealed. Shit happens. I literally can't say anything else because otherwise I'll spoil it. Those are all the books. I've linked all the books in the description, so if you want to buy any books, screenshot them, list them. Let me know which ones sounded the best. Also, let me know your recommendations. Bye bye and big hugs.